Okay, so let's continue with turn three. So um, we look at the eastern approach here, and we've depleted a lot of our suppression. But I think on this turn, we're going to start worrying, continue to worry about trying to clear out the path for our VIP to escape. And we're going to start beating back some of this advancement we've seen here on the western side and a little bit on the northern side. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and try to get rid of this last rifleman here on the southern side. So we're going to take this guy. So let's take a closer look at him. Take a look. He's actually not a member of the German regular army. He's actually a member of the SS. So that's right. So not only do we have Germans and Americans and French VIPs, we also had one member of the SS who was part of the leadership group here, organized in defense of the castle, who was part of that defense. He carries the C attribute, so the command attribute. But in this case, we're just going to do a very straightforward. We're going to use his ability to attack. He's going to target this rifleman. But we are going to keep him there because of his command ability. We know later on we might want to take advantage of that. So 3. So all right, let's flip him over. We're going to get rid of this rifleman. And that was our first action. Okay. So let's turn our attention here to this mounting problem here on the western side. How about we're going to put somebody in the keep here. As I mentioned before, we have this rifleman who has a potential to break morale. So we have these German officers. The senior officer, again, part of the command group here, so he carries the C. Then you see the other officers, junior officers here, who have the O. And that just means that that's the offsetting ability. So the fact that they're German officers, if we co-locate one of them with our rifleman, we can make sure that just in case something happens, he doesn't flee. So we'll drop him there, take an action, and we're going to target with his one to attack. We're going to target somebody here. Now we have 3 options. We can go after the scout, 0 attack, 5 defense, pretty hard to hit. The rifleman, who's advanced, or the machine gunner, who's got a really good suppression ability. Now, the machine gunner is sort of a non-factor from an advancement perspective, but he's definitely a problem with those 2 dice to suppress. And that'll become apparent within the next few turns. So, but I think for now, let's just let's concentrate on this rifleman. So we'll attack him. So we're going to have our 1 attack attacking the rifleman, and a 1, so we have a miss. We have our first miss. So that's not good. Okay. We also have a guy coming from the north, but let's go ahead and we're going to keep concentrating here on the western approach. We can just put one of our American riflemen in here. So we'll put him there. We're actually on action 3 now. And we'll target the same rifleman. So 1. A couple of bad rolls in a row here. As we run out of actions, it's something to consider. We may want to look at suppressing an area, maybe bringing in some more French VIPs, but I guess let's just go ahead and keep focusing on that one spot. So we'll drop another U.S. rifleman. Let him take his action. And we'll try again here. Yeah, this dice is broken. You keep getting 1s. So, 3 hits or 3 misses there on that rifleman. So we're gonna have to look. We can either keep focusing on him or we can look to the north. But I guess we'll go ahead and place one of our last German officers, or one of our German officers here. Now, from this position, he can attack either location. And we've had a couple of these before. We've had these combat positions that are split between two different colors. But let's just talk about it for a second. Eventually, these spaces are going to be targeted. The spaces that only have one color, uh, the drawback from a defender's perspective is that he can only attack one color. So if you're in the red space, you can only attack SS members that are in red. Now the pro is that you can only be attacked by SS members in red, and that's you have sort of the drawback here. We're going to place him here. We'll go ahead and flip him over. He can attack purple or red in this case, and in this case we'll just go ahead and attack the same rifleman again. But eventually, when we get to the SS attacking our defenders, we'll see the problem that has with being in the space that has two different colors. But we finally get a successful roll. So we're going to take this rifleman off. That was a lot of investment to take out one rifleman. Hope it pays off in the end. So we reach our fifth action. So let's go ahead and continue with the SS. And we have another machine gunner. So we're only going to be placing one. So let's see what we roll here. Eight. Alright, it's 8 here. It's not going to push the rifleman forward because it's a machine gunner. We would just place him here. And honestly, the target for these guys on the eastern approach, it's the gatehouse. We only have one guy in the gatehouse, even though he's the primary target there. So, maybe we might even at this point, with so few suppression dice left, we might even consider not even rolling. But we'll give it a shot. We'll roll one dice and see what happens. See if we can get him with one. And we don't. We roll a 1. So the dice gods are definitely not smiling on us now. It's a bad turn for the defenders. So we'll place the machine gunner here. Because he's a machine gunner, he doesn't advance the rifleman. Alright, in the next card. Ooh, a mortar. We haven't had a mortar before. Mechanically, the mortar is just like the machine gunner, except it's just much more potent. So it's going to suppress with a 3 dice, and it's got a 4 to defense. So let's see where that. Actually, yeah, we just have one machine gunner. So let's see where this mortar is going to get placed. All right, 9. So I'm going to cut down on the amount of powerful SS guys being placed. We're going to go ahead and roll both of these last 2 suppression dice. So we burned through them very quickly here, unfortunately. And we miss. We have a 3 and 2. So this is not looking good for the defenders. So we'll place the mortar here. And we will take the last card for the turn. Another mortar. Okay. It's looking rough. Very few places on the board we can suppress now. And it's going to be a 5. So, the mortar, as I said, it's very much like the machine gunner. It doesn't advance the riflemen or the scouts forward. So we're just going to place a mortar here. And we know that our defender is going to be in trouble here in a few turns because we'll have quite a few mortars and machine gunners targeting them now. Okay, so that's going to conclude turn 3.